You're live.
I won't.
I think we're gonna start soon. All right, I'm trying to get Jason up on this thing. Let's see if I got him. Let's check the window. All right, hey, check your voice, Jason, real quick.
My name is Jason.
All
Is that
right,
good?
yeah, you're good, but the video's not good. Let me check that.
Okay.
All right, this is so confusing. All right, because I can see you, they can't see you. I have no idea what's going on. Come on, Zoom. Y'all trying to go out of business or something? I think that's what's going on. Zoom don't like business. Of course, we're not really
Shameless
paying
plug for
them.
WebEx.
Yeah, we're not really paying them too much. So I mean, I don't know how much business we're actually getting them. All right, dude. I got a white screen for you, okay? But I see you. So how can I get this thing here? I want this there. Okay. All right. This is my last. This is my last chance. I'm gonna do this.
I believe in you.
You believe in me?
I
I mean,
do.
because we're like live right now. Like people can be on right now watching us. Is there anyone on right now? Nah, there's no one on right now. All right, but they could have been watching us. uh, Seriously, I really don't know how to do it. Put in the waiting room. No, rename. Okay, I mean, I see everything right there. That's crazy. All right, we might have to hear you talk, man. Anyways, all right. Hey, so since I can hear you, I assume that they can hear you. All right, let me switch my screen. So we have Jason on the line. No video.
Hi.
There's no video. Anyways, say what's up, Jason, so we can hear you.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I know you can't answer because you're not here with us, but you'll be watching eventually. So nice to see you guys.
All right. So go ahead and give us the quote of the day because you know what it is. I think I know what it is. It's the one about your past isn't your future, right? Let me turn on some lights real quick. Alexa, turn on the lights so I can brighten up the studio a little bit. Anyway, all right, it's all you, Jason. Take the floor, man.
Okay, well, you hit it right on the head. The quote is, your past isn't your future. And that could just mean a lot of things. To me, I look at it from the standpoint of if I make a mistake, I need to make sure that I'm aware that in the future, I don't have to keep making that same mistake. I can learn from it, I can build upon it, make other processes better. If we want to talk sports, say, for example, I keep missing a lot of left hand layups. I want to get better at making left hand layups. So what I need to do is go in the gym and just like Coach John always tells you guys, you got to miss 10,000 times to become a master at it. You got
Yes,
to get in.
I am very negative. I get it. I get it.
But yeah, you have to put the work in. And if you do put that work in, your future won't be just like your past. That could mean anything from having bad habits, uh, poor performances in games, like I mentioned, or on a test, or anything of that matter. Characteristics that you don't really like of yourself. Maybe you're in the game or you're at school and you're always quick to anger. Maybe take some self reflection, try and figure out what is your actual trigger, work on that so that in way in the future it isn't something that will continue to happen. Effectively, your future won't be your past, okay? Other things like your dress style, because it doesn't have to be serious. Let's say you don't know how to dress. Maybe you have your jeans all the way up to your belly button and everybody can see your ankles. You forgot to lotion your ankles. Well, learn from your mistake. Pull your pants down to your waist. You won't have to worry about that in the future. But in all seriousness, um, one of the biggest things that you should take away from this is even your past successes aren't necessarily going to be your future successes. So if you do well on a test, or if you are really good at a certain age, that doesn't automatically make you better at a later age or an expert at a different subject. So you always got to understand, if you always keep going to the drawing board, making sure that you're preparing yourself for your future, you'll be in a good shape.
Do you have any personal history with this? Like in terms of like judgment or like of yourself or other people judging you or you judging others?
Um, Absolutely. So I played high school basketball in Chicago, and one of the toughest leagues in the country, arguably. Tons of NBA players come from the public leagues, what it's called in Chicago. And our team, we were a bunch of misfits. We were all undersized. We just played hard. And there was a time my senior year where I was at odds with my coach, and I wasn't getting as much playing time as I did my junior year. So we just had like an embarrassing victory. And yes, he was that strict. If we beat a team only by 12 points that we should have beat by 30, we were running for quite some time the next day.
That's
And
awesome.
he had us lined up on the baseline and just, you know, critiqued us pretty harshly, each person. And when he got to me, he said, and I'll never forget this, Jason, you're just there. Maybe you'll score 15, maybe you'll grab a couple rebounds, but you just float. You're just on the team. You're just a piece. I took that very personally,
As you should have.
like Michael Jordan from The Last Dance. And from that point on, I was one of the best players in the public league for the last half of the season, and we ended up uh, being ranked in the state, making it to the Final Four. And I'm sure you guys don't know this, but from the area that we played up until that point, I'm not going to say the year so you won't know my age. No team from that
1877.
side of the city has ever made it that far. So
Okay,
that's
that's pretty good.
definitely a situation where my past, according to my coach, definitely wasn't my future after that speech.
Well, I love it, man. Do you ever find yourself guilty of judging people by their past, like whether it be like a homeless person or a convict, or like dating even? I don't know.
Um, More or less, I try not to. I personally try to live by certain virtues and try not to prejudge people. But obviously, we're all human, and if something keeps happening, you're definitely going to consider that when going into a very similar situation where that bad or negative outcome happened. Um, but generally, I try not to do that. My One of my biggest role models is Kobe Bryant, and that Mamba mentality. You don't have time to judge others. You're spending most of your time working on yourself, trying to be the best person you can be.
I like it.
So that's what I try to do.
There's a saying that says, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future." And it's like tries to get you to. It's like there's another one that says, "Don't ever forget where you came from." Do these things run counter? And if we just think of like your past doesn't define your future, does that take away a little bit of accountability?
Well,
I
if
know I
you're
got some hard hitting questions, man.
well, well, if you look at it from the standpoint where you're always self-assessing yourself, you're trying your best to be self-aware, then something as simple as remembering where you came from shouldn't necessarily define how you take on things in the future. You can just be mindful of the things that you've endured in the past, but you can still be optimistic and positively impact how you look at things in the future. So you can be wary of it. You can acknowledge it, but no, I don't think it's something that's going to um, affect your future if you allow it to.
If you allow it to. I like it. I like it. Especially the positive things. I think with the positive things, we kind of want those to affect our future. Especially like we put in the 1,000 shots a day for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a weird one because we want to kind of ignore the negative, but we want to use the negative as fuel as well.
Yeah. And I used to be a shooter back in my day, back in my college days,
Still a shooter.
but um the mindset that you need to have is just next shot. And whether or not you made it or missed it, the previous shot, you need to make sure that you try and shoot the next shot as perfect as can be. If you're dwelling on the fact that you're 0 for 3 from the corner, that fourth shot from the corner might be a little bit tougher than it needs to be if you just not even think about the last three and just shoot that fourth one, hoping to make it, shoot it perfect. So
Yep.
that's just a scenario that I think about.
Well, I like it a lot, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your expertise. I appreciate you. I'm sorry that we couldn't get your look on here. Just know, guys, he looks epic.
If you ever get it working, just know that I got a lot of pink and I'm very shiny
No, he
and
wore an
reflective.
outfit today, guys. He has the sunglasses. He got the hat on. What does your shirt say? Raising raising the
Raising the future.
raising the future. I mean, like he had a quote upon a shirt, and we
I
appreciate you,
I
Jason.
I was going for the basketball dad version of Coach Prime, so hopefully I pulled that off.
All right, man. You definitely pulled it off. I'm sorry that I couldn't show it, but I'll talk to you soon, homie. And thank you for everything.
All right, take care.
Peace, homie.
Bye.
All right. That was Jason Gordon phoning in on us. We couldn't get his video up because I'm lame. I couldn't figure it out, and can't even get my lights on because I was trying to get them to work, but then I kind of broke them extra. So if things seem kind of foggy today and green today, that is totally my fault. All right. Anyways, we got Problem Child edits in here. We got Kieran and Declan Louth. What's going on, you guys? I got Teo Trujillo in the house. What's going on? That was the quote of the day. Your past isn't your future. All right. Let's move on. We got the main part of our show is tonight is the schedule for the weekend. Okay, just gonna let you guys know the schedule for the weekend. All right, so that we can take care of that. All right, so the schedule for this weekend, we got one game, only one game this Saturday, and that's at 2 o'clock with the first through fourth graders. Okay, only 2 kids signed up, so hopefully we get some more signed up soon. All right, but we also have the Rev Up kids joining us. So there's another kid that joined us as well officially from Aurora. So we should get enough for that one. But that one's at Denver Waldorf. And then we have 4 games on Sunday. The 6th through 8th play at 10 o'clock. The 6th through 8th play at 12 o'clock. The 1st through 4th play at 4 o'clock. And then the 3rd through 6th play at 6 o'clock. It looks like the morning games are in Aurora. And then the late afternoon games are at Legacy. All right. So make sure you guys sign up to that stuff early. Because so many people sign up because they, like, for instance, the little kid game only has 2 kids signed up. So there'll be 4 kids looking at it going, well, I don't want to sign up if no one's coming. They'll also say that if like 10 kids are signed up, right? But either way, all that's going to happen is once the game time comes around, the true number is going to be there. And the true number is probably going to be around like 5. But it would have been affected mightily if the 4 people that were like on the fence about it. Look, if you want to play, you want to play. Don't go, how many people are there? There are things to gain from whether there's 12 people there or 2 people there. Figure it out. We'll figure it out. But if you sign up, that's going to give people enough like motivation to be like, well, I see that people are signed up. Okay, good. Because most people are followers. We don't need you to be a follower. So please be a leader out there and sign up early for that. I would appreciate it. All right. Let's check the homework for the day. All right. Homework is going on. We got Kieran and Declan doing the Kobe Postman. Well, I like that one a lot. Kieran and Declan doing the Team Nash drill. That was one posted from last night. I love that Teo's Nash drill has just an awesome thumbnail on it. I totally saw that. Again, if you guys are trying to keep up, because Taz says he wants to try to keep up with the what is that thing called? The road to the NBA. He's like, I'm already doing that. All right, we know he's just that he kind of lies sometimes, but we want to see if he's already doing that. We're gonna see if this guy is truly going for the NBA. All right? And if you are Taz, if you are going for the NBA, we need to see those every single day. And then the last day of the month, which this month is Halloween, you're going to be posting all the nationals that you have to do for any missed things. And I mean any day that you missed anything. All right, that's what you should be doing. So good luck with that. The guy that was so mad at me so upset that I didn't mention his name as opposed as opposed to like the names that I did mention. All right. So good luck to you. Godspeed. All right, let's check the story of the day. Watch it. A few types of people comprise the game of basketball. Two of the most popular are fans and players. You might be able to do both for a while, but ultimately you're going to have to choose one. If you consider yourself a player, be sure not to skip your training to watch other players play, even if the other players are in the NBA. All right, so this is one of our hardest ones. I and it is so tough. All right, it's tough because man, like if you don't watch the NBA, you're not going to be inspired by it. All right, and if you're not watching the NBA, you're not going to be like aware of all the things that you need to accomplish. So you need to be a fan at some point in time, right? And there's some NBA players, like they will watch every single NBA game. They have like the Sunday package or whatever it may be. I don't know if that's for basketball or football, but yeah, they will like be fans of the game as well. But I assure you, Luka Doncic is not going to be skipping his games or his practices for anyone's games. I don't care what it is, right? He's not going to skip it for anyone's practices either. All right. So for you to be great, you have to start thinking like 16-year-old Luka Doncic, who was a pro. All right. He was a pro playing, and again, he wasn't skipping his games to watch a basketball game or even to go to a basketball game because he knew he wanted to be in their shoes one day. So you have to choose at some point in time whether you're a fan or if you're a basketball player. And that is a tough choice. And I feel so bad when I tell people that. But yeah, man, you can't be both. My favorite story about this is my high school season when we were I was getting well recruited and we were about to play our season and we were in the Jam League in the fall. And I remember like we only had like 4 people show up for a game. I was there. Or maybe it was practice too, I'm not sure. But either way, some kids on our team skipped a game. Or sorry, they skipped a game or they skipped a practice. I'm not quite sure. I forget. But I know that they skipped it for a Nuggets game. They went to a Nuggets game rather than go to our team event. And my stepdad, my coach at the time, he was so mad. And he was like, no one's allowed to skip any games or practices for any Nuggets games. Not until those Nuggets players come to our games. And I thought that was a good point because it's not like the Nuggets would ever skip their games to come to our games. They wouldn't even come to our games in the first place. Like, they don't care about us. So why should we care about them, right? Start taking, like, pride in who you are, right? All right. But fast forward to our season, I was getting recruited by Kansas at the time, and then Roy Williams showed up. And because he was in town, one of the top draft picks at the time, who was, oh, man, I forgot his name. Who was the draft pick from the Nuggets that went to Kansas? Really tall guy. I forgot his name. That's a key part of the story. Whoa. Oh, Rafe LaFrentz. Yes. Rafe LaFrentz came to the game with Roy Williams. And then sometime during the game, they're like watching us. There's only 50 people in the stands in the first place since it's a small school. All right. But they were like 2 of the people. And Rafe LaFrentz with this big, like 6'10" self was all cheering for us. And I went up for a dunk, and they're like the biggest ones cheering for me. And I remember after the game, we're like, celebrating in the locker room, but we're just like quiet after a while. And then our coach comes in and he goes, he just like says, great game. But then one of the players that went to that Nuggets game, he goes, hey, I saw a Nuggets player in the stands. Does that mean that we're allowed to start going to other games again? All right. And it was like a funny thing at the time, but imagine that. Imagine like a NBA basketball player skipping his games for yours. It's not going to happen because he cares about his games, right? And I think that that's the main thing missing in people coming late to practice, people skipping games, people not working out. Because if it came down to it and it was a championship game, or like there was a championship game tomorrow and you had to work out today, or this is like the biggest practice of the year, or if this was like tryouts where you might get cut, you would show up. You would show up on time and you would be trying your hardest, and because it matters. So because the championship game matters, because the tryout matters, what you're saying is the other thing doesn't matter. There is no other reasoning. All right? It either matters or it doesn't matter. That's it. All right? And when it matters, everyone shows up, everyone shows out. But when it doesn't matter, those are the times when your entire career is made. When it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter when you're at home and no one's really watching you. It doesn't matter when there's a practice on a Monday and there's not a game till next Saturday. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. But if you can make it matter, that's when you get 10 times ahead of everyone else. So everyone's treating it like it doesn't matter. Just treat it like it matters. Don't act like I haven't been one of your hardest workers. Don't cap, coach. I never said you weren't our hardest worker. I just said that let's see if you can do this, Taz. I'm going to get back to work. Bye. See you tomorrow. All right. So anyway, that's that. Make sure you guys keep working out there. Let's check the movie of the day. All right. It's one of my favorite movies. Oh, my camera's not on right now. Oh, all right. I got to get my camera on. I can't go out like that. I can't go out like that. All right. Let's see this thing. All right. Is that a good enough camera? Do I have another one? I guess that's the only one that I have. I'll take it. All right, good enough, camera. All right, so we got Rocky 4. All right, this movie's the real deal. All right, look, out of all the Rockies, there's been Rocky 1 through 5, plus Rocky Balboa, plus Creed 1 through 3. How many movies is that? There's Rocky 6 as well. Sorry, I think that's like 10 Rockies. This is the best one. I mean, it's up there with Creed 2, though. Yeah. But still, and like Rocky 1 won Best Picture. But no, Rocky 4 is my favorite. It's a little corny at sometimes, but it is so good. And like you want to cheer for him so badly. All right. And Drago ends up, I think Drago's going to end up having his own like Rocky set of the franchise as well with the next ones. Because his kid did so well in Creed 2. But this is just a great character. It's one of the greatest like bad guy characters in the history of cinema. I even think that if you were like Russian, that you would like this movie. He's like a piece of iron. He says that line in Russian, but in my mind, I hear it in English because like it was such an epic scene. Because he's just kicking Rocky's butt. He's like, he won't go down. He is like a piece of iron. Till the end. Stuff like that. Man, this movie was really fun. Obviously, I'm going to give it a 50 out of 50. Make sure that you watch this movie, especially if you're in the 4th grade. This is the 4th grade movie of the month. All right? 4th grade movie of the month is Rocky 4. All right. Let's move on. Let's check the trivia question today. What do we have for the trivia? Trivia question today. Am I frozen? Is that me frozen right there? Let me know if you can hear me. Whenever it freezes, I always ask, can you hear me? Can you see me? Whenever, there we go. Okay, I think I'm okay. All right. Either way, we have Kieran Louth leading 2-1 over Caleb Kuglin. We have an entire month of trivia questions. At the end of the month, we crown the champ. The last 3 champs have been Kieran, Caleb, and Teo. We'll see who will win this month. Today's trivia question. I go to our page. I type in. I just click on a random thing. Whatever comes up, I ask a trivia question about that particular topic. All right. Today's trivia question is: Wait. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. Kobe Bryant moved when he was 6 years old. Where did he move to? That's what I need to know. Where did Kobe Bryant move to when he was 6 years old? Where did Kobe move to? Did he move over there? Did he move over there? Did he move down here? Where was he from? Where was he born? I don't know. Where did he move to when he was 6 years old? I need to know where Kobe moved to when he was 6 years old. Pretty huge point in his life. Where did Kobe Bryant? Where did Kobe Bryant move to when he was 6 years old? We want to know. We want to know if you know where Kobe Bryant moved to when he was 6 years old. And that's the answer. Boom! Right there is the answer. We got Kieran and Declan Louth that got the answer correct. It is Italy. Italy is the answer. Marking that down for them. That is the 3rd win of the month for them. And Yes, when he was 6 years old, he was born in Philadelphia, moved to Italy when he was 6, learned Italian, got raised off of European basketball instead of American basketball. His dad was playing pro basketball at the time. That was Joe Jellybean Bryant. All right? He was not made of jelly beans. He was a human being, but he had a kid named Kobe Bean Bryant because his nickname was Jelly Bean. Kind of weird, kind of fun, interesting. All right, moving on to our last thing. We got the picture of the day, and we're talking about the USA basketball team. All right, and we know that Curry's in. I don't know. I think. Did Curry say he was in? He said he was thinking about it. We know LeBron's in. If he says he's not injured. And we know that KD's in. He's confirmed. But then today we found out that Joel Embiid is in. And I'm not too sure about this one, okay? So I made up some rules. I made up some rules for Joel. All right, because Joel is French. His last name is Embiid. He has to change it to what? Like, I can't even think of an American word close to Embiid. Embed? I don't know. All right, Joel Embiid. All right, it's so crazy. What's up, Caleb? But yeah, Joel Embiid has joined the. Sorry, super late. You're always late. Joel Embiid has joined the USA basketball team. All right, tell me your thoughts on what should happen if we lose. And to whom? Because you got LeBron, Steph Curry, KD, and Joel Embiid. That's 4 MVPs on the same team. I don't know if we're going to get Russell Westbrook or James Harden on our team, but maybe we don't need them. All right, that's 4 freaking MVPs on the same team. Yo, we have no reason to lose. But one of them being non-American, that's got me thinking, man. All right, here are my rules for this, all right? Since the game is in France, and Joel Embiid chose to not play for his French people where he was born. He has dual citizenship, so he's allowed to play for either country. So he chose this one. He just got a citizenship, but whatever. All right. I think if we lose to France, I think that we have to give back the Statue of Liberty. All right? We have to give it back because we no longer deserve it. It was a gift from France, but if we lose to them, they get to steal it back. All right? You don't like Embiid because I'm a Nuggets fan and Embiid always dodges Jokic. Oh, and then if we lose to Jokic with Serbia, I say that Embiid has to hand his MVP trophy to Joker. I know Joker already has a couple, but deserves another one, right? Because he has a super team behind him, and Joker wouldn't have a super team behind him. Therefore, that. And if we lose to Canada, after the whole, whatever that dude's name is, poking the bear guy, I don't know his name. I really don't know his name. The guy from Memphis Grizzlies who is now with the Houston Rockets, that guy. If we lose to to freaking Canada, since Canada invented basketball, we should have to be banned from playing basketball for at least 4 years. The entire country of America can't play basketball for 4 years if we lose to Canada. Those are my stipulations. What do you guys think? And should I add any more teams to this? Like if we lose to certain teams, because it's getting kind of ridiculous. I mean, we really shouldn't lose at this point in time. All right, Dylan Brooks, that's his name. See, I don't have dudes like that in my cerebellum. I don't know why. I can't. I have no room to fit those kinds of people in there. I got phone numbers to remember. I got emails to kind of remember. I don't remember either of those either. But yes, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be fun though. But I seriously wish Joel Embiid was not on our team. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying it takes away from the spirit of the games. And I know everyone's from different countries in America because, we're a weird country to begin with, but at least everyone was born here. I mean, yeah, we're not all Native Americans, but everyone was born here, I think, right? Tim Duncan wasn't, Akeem Olajuwon wasn't. Those are different times. And at least Tim Duncan, he was born in one of the islands that we own. So kind of American. So, I don't know. Just a weird thing. Don't forget that the quote of the day, you guys. which Jason told us so much about, is your past isn't your future. Make sure you guys keep working out, keep going out there. If you need a chip on your shoulder like our man Taz needs, you can make up one if you want. I'm down with being the chip on your shoulder. All right, keep working, you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace out.